to go through life and some of the stressors that you may experience as a Black person in America, you have to show a certain amount of strength. In the Black community, we reward strength, and then we have this limited view of what that means. Therapy is a strength. Crying and releasing it is a strength, because it's much easier to say, I don't want to deal with that. When you have to deal with the thing you want to avoid, that's strength. I'm at a point now where my mental health is not negotiable. I wasn't always taught to check in with yourself, see how you're feeling. What happens is that either you're going to learn healthy ways of coping, or it may be unhealthy ways. I grew up in Richmond, Virginia with my mom. I'm her only child, her best daughter. My father, we have a relationship, but most of my relationship throughout childhood was seeing him in a prison. In my neighborhood, in my family, I always knew I was going to college. Even as a first-generation college student, you take on that pressure, I have to do this. People have expectations of me. And then when you're starting to feel that separation between how people see me and what they want me to do, but I need help. I just started saying, maybe 2 years ago, don't call me a strong Black woman. Because I don't have to buy into that, but if you label me as that, you're not going to see me as a human. I felt the need to form Black Mental Wellness because there was a huge piece of mental health missing, and that was the mental health of Black people in America. So when you think about psychology, you think about the theories, you think about the approaches to therapy, it's all based on white people. What we know to be true is that Black people communicate differently. We have different stressors. And I think it's important to know this because trauma encodes itself in your body. And that stuff is passed down. The stressors and triggers that are unique to Black people in America is our whole existence in America, right? How do you show up? How is your hair? How are you dressed? That's so much stress, and that's not even the job. So when we think about the cultural shifts and changes, the last 2 years or so, it just seems like it's now the in thing to talk about mental health, and it's the in thing to talk about Black mental health. I feel like educated Black people, they like to say oh, my therapist said. Every time you say that, you're normalizing that experience for someone else. All of those things breaks down the stigma and opens it up for people. Actionable steps that I share, I like to think about the start of the day. Can you wake up, even if it's 10 minutes earlier, where you can just have that quiet time to yourself? Another actionable step, find at least 5 minutes, go outside and get some fresh air. Because we're spending so much time in our homes or in these enclosed spaces. So many people think that therapy and mental health is for people who are sick. And I want them to know that mental health and therapy is for everyone. There is a space for Black people as it pertains to therapy, and that there is something that we all can gain from being a part of it.